30 years is a hell of an achievement, you know? I can't necessarily say it's been all my skills, but the team effort that everyone's kind of put in, and after 30 years, it is kind of an achievement, you know? All the guys have learned a whole lot. It's kind of nice to kick back a little bit more and look at the guys grow as they're developing. My first attempt for a career was I wanted to be a cop. And I remember in first grade I drew the little book with a cop hat and a badge on the side. And yeah, there's no way I imagined I'd be in business for myself. You know, after I got out of college, I went into the property management field, and in the late 80s, 90s, the bottom kind of dropped out. My wife was pregnant. I had a baby on the way, a mortgage payment. There's a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, and it wasn't my intention to go into business for myself. No way in the world I was thinking about that. And they gave me the routine where you're 2 minutes late today. So I could see the writing on the wall, it's time to leave. I don't look back on it with any ill thoughts at all, but it was just something I had to do, you know? But I went into business for doing construction with a friend of mine, and we made a good go at it. After about 6 months to a year, we got approached for a glass company in Lanham. They hired us as their installers, and they took us to measure 5 doors. A couple weeks later, when the 5 doors came in, they took us out to install them. It was all downhill from there. We got approached by a couple different shower door companies, and then after a period of time, some of the contractors came to us to see if they could buy the door directly. Then we started really building a clientele. We did a good job, we were responsive. That made us successful, and we did a great job, and the clients loved us, the homeowners loved us, and we filled a void that wasn't really a thing back then. I worked with Al for about 10 years, so we separated, and then I'm like, man, I'm out on my own. And then it was like, this is real. So I dug in deeper, and I'm gonna be successful at this. And at that point, I was putting 110% in. It was like, I'm going for it. And we grew, and we kept growing every year, and you know, you just about do anything to keep your family going, your guys going. You know, I wasn't about to let it fail, and I just was like, I'm going ahead, I'm having fun with this. The big part was, it was fun, and it wasn't like a job, so that was the fun part. It was not working, it was hanging out, meeting with clients, dealing with the showrooms and taking care of them, and it made me feel good. I remember going home on a Friday night, and I'd be driving down 270 at 7 o'clock at night, and I just finished up a sale. It was, you know, invigorating to have that, and like, bang, another one. I had 4 today, you know, it's cool, it's a cool feeling. You know, once I hit probably about 15,000 installations, it's like, we're rocking. We're probably up to like 30,000, and you know, to see it at 10, that was a milestone. And to see that grow, you know, 10,000 every handful of years was cool. Once I started doing it, it wasn't so much the shower doors that I loved, but I loved the people I was working with. Clients to, you know, reps and employees, it was just fun. You know, you're doing your own thing and you're building something. To be a part of that's greatly rewarding. All the guys that are around me, you know, I think they have the same feeling, you know. They're part of something, and you know, after probably 25, 30,000 doors, here we are, 30 years later. It was rewarding to be able to work for yourself. You're not always, you're always answering to somebody, but not in a direct way, and that's fun. You know, definitely invigorating. It was challenging, and you know, I wasn't a new wave guy with internet and computers and all that thing. That wasn't my cup of tea. But Noah helped bring me into the 21st century, probing me to get a website together, and you know, our first rendition of Shower Door Experts was quite a bit different than it is now. Our first van we got, it was like a blank canvas for me. So I wanted to have shower doors on it, but I took it to the next level. I'm sitting there with my brand new van, and I'm sitting there drilling holes in the side so they could put a functioning shower door or shower on the side of it. And people thought I was crazy. But van number 2, you know, I took it from kind of crazy and elevated to the completely next level. We had, you know, showers coming out the side, back edge-lit LED lights, glass panels on the side saying free quotes. When we're coming down the road, people would know we were coming. Noah's been around for probably 17, 18 years. I don't even know what year he started, to be honest with you. We started off as a home office, and Noah would come up out of DC about 7 o'clock at night on whatever night he was off from school, and we'd work in there till 12 or 1 o'clock. So he needed the extra money, I needed the extra hand. We were getting the website together, trying to organize and professionalize the company. And I was probably functioning there for 10 years before we got the showroom. That was a big transition, it was kind of fun. We just needed to get out of the house, having everyone over at 7 o'clock in the morning with the kids getting ready for school. But we got the place open, designed the showroom, the little vignettes to what kind of carpet we're going to use, what color tile, what kind of shower door we're putting in that space, what finish. That was a lot of fun. In Jefferson, you know, I loved living in Jefferson for 25 years, and being part of the town was kind of neat too. But once we opened the showroom up, you know, Brunswick and the local areas really kind of flocked to us. We had the signage out front, and people kind of talked about who we were and what we did, and that crazy owner that was always cracking jokes and kidding with them. But you know, we sponsored baseball teams. That was fun. Mark's kids played on that. But yeah, Jefferson's a great town to grow up in and to work in. It's kind of like a family business because a couple of my kids came in along. Devin's 14 years old. He'd help me do installs every once in a while. Then when he was 16, he went full time. You know, he started off doing install helper, and then, you know, got into the office. So Devin's learned it from, you know, the ground up in every single position along the way. And he's been running the company here for the last probably 5 years, which I'm doggone proud of the guy, you know. Really, really neat to see him grow in that, because he was a shy little kid, man. He barely hit, you know, say hi if you're a client. Now he'll go up and run the spiel about what kind of shower door you need, why you need a sealant, why you should upgrade your handle, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, I've been working with my kids. You know, Jesse's doing installs for a number of years, and he's off on his own doing his thing. It's interesting to see Devin kind of wanting to get off on his own to do his beer deal. I'll be having no one left after that. But not only just my kids, but, you know, the friends that we've you know, grown to work with over the years, and that's been a neat thing too. Wet Willie was one of Noah's deals, and he pushed me to do it. He's like, well, we could have either a sign that says shower door experts or some crazy guy out the back. What are you gonna get more reactions out of? I'm like, you're probably right, the crazy guy on the back. Well, we incorporated him in a couple of things. I was driving down the road and got a call from a client. I'm a business owner, and she was yelling and screaming at me how bad of a decision it was. And I'm like, hey, like Noah said, you know, get a reaction? We did. People with a sense of humor enjoy it. You know, it's something off the cuff. It's not your number. You're not a number. You're a client of ours, and you know, they appreciate the humor in it. And it kind of shows in our personalities and how we could do business. You know, I could have a client come up, and it doesn't happen often, but you know, if you don't see it eye to eye, some clients you just can't do that with. But you know, I have a pretty good understanding of people, and those are kind of a challenge to me, so I always try extra hard to, you know, try to win them over by our service, or, you know, or a smile one way or the other. So, but we got a lot of repeat clients because we do what we're going to say, and if they have a problem, we'll call them back. Like I said, that was one of the premises for starting a business, is communication with our clients. I've always liked glass sculptures and you know, patterned glass, that kind of thing. So I always kind of loved glass, the reflective qualities and that kind of thing. And I mean, I was out in the garage for 4 or 5 nights after I learned how to sandblast in the garage, and by edge lighting a piece of glass. And my wife and family thought I was crazy. Well, I experimented with different lights on how the glass could come through on a piece of sandblasted glass and pop and really make it shine. I went to the next level of that with LED lights, and now if you go to our showroom, you've got this big backdrop behind the Devin's desk where it's Shower Door Experts logo, and it's sandblasted in a piece of glass. But that was fun for me. I mean, I really enjoyed that out of that. But yeah, glass is just a cool medium. And if you come to our showroom now, we've got a conference room table with 2 geckos in it. That's kind of a unique experience to walk in there, sitting down, signing your contract, and a gecko's looking up at you. When you go in there as an artisan or an artisan or a craftsman instead of a construction worker, the ability to put something together so perfectly that it's kind of like the centerpiece of the bathroom. It's really rewarding. You get done and you look at it, it's like, man, that finished the bathroom off. It is rewarding. It's nice to, you know, see where your work is appreciated and be a part of that. It's kind of a neat thing, you know. Yeah, I started playing Santa about 10 years ago, just out of a need for camaraderie with my clients. I used to go visit them and hand them their gifts and that kind of thing, from t-shirts to, you know, marketing tools, that kind of thing. But once I started, it was impossible to stop because people expected me to come visit their showroom and their shop the following year. And if I didn't, I was in hell of a hot water. One of our clients, Devin, brewed some homebrew, and we dropped a handful off at each showroom, and one of the field guys came in and grabbed the bottle. Well, he started calling us up to get more beer. So now Devin and I periodically stop over with a six-pack every couple of months to feed his flavor. It was pretty funny. One time, I was in a Santa suit, I ran out of gas as I was delivering presents. You know, Rudolph had to take the day off, and I was out there with myself. And the Aspen guys, they got to cut down all the trees in the orange trucks. Well, I forgot I was in the Santa suit, so I'm sitting there, son of a gun. These guys come running up to me, and like they have, what's wrong? They wear 5 or 6 gallon gas cans, come up to me. They put me in the truck, drive me to the gas station, filled my gas up, paid for it, and filled it back up and let me get on my way. That was a cool experience. I forgot I was dressed as Santa, and here I was making their day while they're cutting trees. But they took good care of me, and the guys came to my rescue. That was another time that definitely reminisce about. That was fun. That was crazy. You know, when we go out and do a company function, it's a lot of fun. It's like being with your family again, you know? Some of us guys have worked together, like I said before, for 16, 17 years. So we started doing pig roasts about, 4 or 5 years ago, and do it at the shop, and we'd invite contractors and showroom people up and friends and family, and kind of became a tradition. And we'd get that guys that had to stay up all night to watch the pig and smoke it, and I always try to be with them, but I always kind of sneak off for a couple hours of sleep here and there. But just that dedication from them just to cook was a big incentive to say thank you guys, appreciate it. But the pig roasts are a lot of fun. We had bands come up, and bouncy houses, the slides down the outside, face painting, and you name it, we had it there. It was a lot of fun. Then at the end, we did this big projection screen TV. Guys watched movies at the end of that, which is pretty cool. I see myself on an island with a pina colada. Now, I'll probably always work to some extent. Over the last 5 or 6 years, we've done 12 to 15 commercial jobs, large scale, 100, 200 unit jobs. It's different outside of what we normally do because of, so we usually go to residential. And then the commercial was kind of new to us years ago. It's nice to be a part of a big job like that. So it's a completely different work formula. We'll still continue to do a combination of residential and commercial. So I'm actually stoked to have 30 more years of shower door extras. I'm trying to get that number to 75,000 installed shower doors or satisfied clients. So we'll continue to grow and expand. Continue to keep the world clean one body at a time, as they say.